I missed it too, but I'm getting this part. Scott, look over it when he's through.
It's about the age of instruction.
There you go. Don't squish your fingers in those things.
That was cute.
This is called The Pocket Knife, a true story. I had my good black suit on with my knife in my left-hand pocket. I always carry my knife in my left-hand pocket. That way, I always know where it's at. A real man carries a knife, and a real anal retentive man always carries it in the same pocket. My money clip is always in my right-hand pocket, and my knife is always in my left-hand pocket, along with any spare change. Circling my waist, my hanky is always in my left back pocket. I have allergies, and if I cannot lay my hands on my handkerchief in less than 1.5 seconds, well, let's just say that it is not a pretty sight. Rounding the corner of my back, in my right-hand pocket are my wallet and my comb. Keeping all these items in the same place allow me to get at them right away. One time, after explaining my system to a friend, you know they're a friend because they don't make fun of me, I was asked which was most important. One might think the wallet, to be able to identify yourself, or your comb, to be able to look nice for the ladies, or a big wad of money in my money clip, once again, to look nice for the ladies. But none of these come close to being the most important. The most important to the 10-year-old boy that inhabits my 50-year-old body is my knife. Not just any knife, but a buck knife. Growing up, I had always heard of buck knives, and for me, they developed a mystique. I was never sure if buck referred to a person's name or an adult male deer. As an adult, I learned it referred to a man's name. So for one Christmas, I asked for a buck knife. I came from a pretty poor family, and when we wanted or needed something, we did not just go out and buy it. We were not prevented from doing that, but it's just that would have not crossed our minds. We were conditioned to put it on our Christmas or birthday list. That meant we had 2 shots a year to get what we wanted. If we thought of something right after Christmas or right after our birthday, we were screwed. I can't exactly remember when I got my buck knife. It was either for Christmas or my birthday. And it was either from Mom and Dad or from my brother. I think it was from Mom and Dad. I really cherished that knife. It was my first adult knife. An adult knife is defined as a brand name knife, in my case, buck, that is not used to play mumbly peg and is kept to such a razor sharp edge that it can cut newspaper. Although why one would want to cut newspaper with a knife instead of scissors, I've never figured out. Although part of my definition of the adult knife, also part of the definition of the adult knife meant to always carry it, because you never knew when you may need it. I carried it so frequently that at most gift opening occasions, everyone always asked me to borrow my knife and to assist in opening presents. I became famous for being the go-to man when a knife was needed. The ego boost that I got from being able to deliver a requested knife fed on itself, and soon I assumed that part of being a man was carrying a knife. Having been raised mostly by my mom, this must have been some type of invention that I created. Having loved that knife made the idea that flashed through my head ludicrous. Dad lay in his coffin. Where he was about to go, he would need a good knife. I did not think about this assumption, it just came to me as a fact. I wasn't sure if I should do it or not. I asked the undertaker if it would be okay, and he said sure. I then asked Mom, and she teared up and nodded her head several times. I wanted to put the knife in his pocket, but I did not want to disturb his arms. So I slipped the buck knife in his coat pocket, hoping that he would be able to find it there. Years later, Mom and her boyfriend went to Switzerland, and she brought me back a real Swiss Army knife. Now, I can not only assist with the opening of gifts, but I can use the scissors to cut thread, the screwdriver to tighten glasses, the tweezers to remove splinters, and the toothpick to remove food from between my teeth. I still carry it in my left-hand pocket, and I am quick to whip it out when it is needed. Sometimes I miss my buck knife, but I know Dad appreciated the gesture.